The contrast could not be more stark. A lady chief minister who presided over Delhi for 15 years, today on the verge of losing her own seat to Arvind Kejriwal, the margin close to 10,000 votes. Glum, silent, downcast. But in the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, jubilation doesn't begin to describe the both. Take a look at these pictures and believe me when I tell you that these don't begin to describe what the mood is on the ground outside the Aam Aadmi Party's offices and the home of Arvind Kejriwal. This was Delhi's most volatile campaign, and it threw up astounding results that have surprised pretty much everyone else, barring perhaps a few in the Aam Aadmi Party. All about that and more in this bulletin right ahead here. Well, the states have voted for change. The rising star is the Aam Aadmi Party with a stunning debut, a huge splash. Sheila Dikshit is out of power in the national capital. In Madhya Pradesh, Shivraj Singh Chauhan is all set for a third term in the state. In Rajasthan, Vasundhara Raje has completely routed the Ashok Gehlot government, but a photo finish is expected yet in Chhattisgarh. Several big questions that lie ahead for us to analyze as we take forward semi-final 2013. Here in the Headlines Today studio, I'm joined by Nalini Singh, senior journalist and political commentator. Also, Sadanand Dhume is with us and has been with us in the Pandit room since early this morning, putting together and into context the results as they came in. Everything is pretty clear now, Nalini, and it's just in a few more moments everything will be confirmed and concrete. It's no longer just about the trends. What are the big takeaways first for you from Delhi?
Take outsiders very, very seriously. Also, the psephological insight is that if a party on the rise gathers a lot of votes. So never forget these two lessons. When I was watching the results, I thought of that. Now, I think that on the other hand, BJP has done reasonably well.
Yes.
Although there should be post-mortem after this, it's done well because it lost 10 seats or 11 seats to the Aam Aadmi Party, and then it's gone back to what is that, 32 now, or whatever it is. So therefore, I think that BJP's result also is sort of good, but if I were a bigwig at BJP, I would actually be examining the ticket distribution.
Yes.
Also ticket distribution, also were there 4 war rooms in the BJP, were they talking to each other, is there factionalism, etc. Because if they actually form the government, it will be despite themselves.
Yes. And
that's a pity because there was a 15-year incumbency. Even if you have an outsider, BJP is a much older party.
That's
it could have been more nimble, it could have been more strategic.
Yes.
And therefore, is there any faction in the BJP that's feeling kind of satisfied that they haven't made it?
All of that is going to be the subject of a post-mortem by the BJP.
Yeah, but it's done well. It's not done.
Sadanand, did the Congress and the BJP miscalculate or underestimate the Aam Aadmi Party in equal measure?
Well, not just the Congress and the BJP. To be fair, almost all of us did.
Yes, all of us did. That's true.
Most of the polls got this wrong. Everybody was laughing at that one poll which had Aam Aadmi at 31. They end up almost at there. So most of us got Aam Aadmi wrong. I think the big takeaway, if you take the long view, is that this is post-liberalization, as you have cities that become richer and more educated, or the citizens become richer and more educated, people are beginning to demand a new kind of politics. There's a question mark about the degree to which this is going to translate nationwide, particularly in a very short period before the Lok Sabha elections. But as a phenomenon, that's the key takeaway I have.
It's Nalini, you want to add?
Shiv, I just want to add that I think that after the phenomenal success of the Aam Aadmi Party today, you can be sure that there are going to be indigenous Aam Aadmi Party is called something else.
Yes.
In big towns and small towns, people will try. They are also fed up they may not be as skilled and as such good communicators as Arvind Kejriwal and others, but they are going to try. So at the local level, you will find a churn. Some of them might be compromised, they might, become part of the bigger parties, but some of this is going to remain. And therefore, I think that the politics in India is at the threshold of change. You're seeing the first glimmers of it. And in another, not by 2014 in such a spectacular way, but certainly by 2019, it will be totally different. The two big parties just must learn a lesson from this.
I think all the meetings that are going to be happening right now behind closed doors at party offices are going to be about this underestimation, this epic underestimation, like Sadanand said, that all of us have been part of as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. But Sadanand, as far as the Delhi voter is concerned, the person who's gone out there and voted for whoever it is, this tremendous affirmation from the Aam Aadmi Party is one thing, but there's also the question of what happens next? Who's going to form the government? Nobody has enough of a mandate to actually form a government. So there are practical questions at play here.
There are a couple of things that we don't know, and I'd love to know what the answers are. The first is, who is that other?
Yeah.
We have that one other, because now it's at this close to the wire, those kinds of things matter.
Right.
One is, who is the other? The second is, what kind of margins are we looking at? It's been this 32, 29, 8, 1.
Yes.
We've been stuck at that for a while
now. Yes.
Does that mean that these are leads that are solidifying?
Yes.
The picture is very dramatically different if BJP is at 33 and the 1 is INLD, then they kind of are in sniffing distance.
Yeah.
But if this is it and it's 32, the 1 is a non-BJP, not friendly to BJP, it becomes hard.
Then it's hung,
So we don't know what that composition is, and we don't know what the quality or what the margin of those leads are.
And in fact, it's down to 32 now. In fact, it's 32.
No, that's been it's been at 32 for a while now.
Can I just also add that what is very interesting is that Sheila Dixit's constituency, New Delhi, it actually has a lot of government, of bureaucrats. So the bureaucrats have obviously voted against the Congress party, and they have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party, whose administration skills are unknown. The second thing is that one of the biggest sops that Sheila Dixit's government gave, with the blessings of the central government, was regularization, or even land pattas and regularizations in these colonies. A lot of regularization. Now in Ambedkar Nagar, in Deoli, etc., those very families that got regularized houses, they have voted for Aam Aadmi Party
as well.
So so something is afoot, and I think it goes back to this, that people want jobs, they do not want doles. I do not think that that's true. We'll see what happens in Chhattisgarh, but I think that at this level, at urban India is certainly voting with their feet, saying we'll take it, and yet we are going to vote for somebody
I'm going to
else.
disagree with that, actually. Because I think that the Aam Aadmi message in terms of policy, actually it's sending a very mixed message. On the one hand, in terms of people demanding a cleaner, more accountable politics, the message is quite unambiguous. But in terms of doles and handouts, it's actually it isn't that message, because Arvind Kejriwal on the stump has gone on and on about free power, halving electricity rates, regularizing jogis. So what he's managed to do is kind of mix these two things in a very skillful way, being a very media savvy person, being a very good communicator, and created this phenomenon.
Which is amazing in itself for a person without political experience.
Absolutely.
But there is this then there is this confusion which we must cater. At some stage we'll have to cater to this, that on the one hand somebody who offers you free power, etc., is getting your votes because of the general exuberance, and so you can offer free power, you can offer freebies, but you can talk about honesty and transparency, and there is exuberance for you. On the other hand, somebody gives you regularization of your illegal, unauthorized houses. Forever you have inheritable rights, and that vote is not given to you. So what are we talking about? I mean, there is this other phenomenon that's coming up.
We'll get into those specifics. Also, I don't want our viewers to think that we're only talking about the Delhi election, though I must say, at this point of time, it certainly is the most intriguing, the most interesting. Of course, it's a very interesting story also in Chhattisgarh, and we will talk about that and go across to our reporters in Raipur in just a moment. But I want to come back to the issue of Sheila Dixit, Sadanand. Apart from this enormous 15-year anti-incumbency that she was fighting, there has been a sense that the centre practically abandoned her. She had to practically fight this election alone, and all that was bad about it, was hers to bear. What do you think about people who say this is it for Sheila Dikshit? You never say that about a politician, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure that's entirely fair. First of all, you have to keep her achievement in perspective. To rule a state for 15 years is no small thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, because you're in Delhi and the nature of Delhi is such that disproportionately the decision of the centre is sort of felt by the voter. They're very close to the centre. And so she's had to take the burden of a very unpopular government in the centre.
Yeah.
And the third factor is that the Congress top leadership is clearly not firing. And so the problem that the burden of Rahul Gandhi not working as a campaigner has been felt by other leaders in other states, and now it is being felt by Sheila Dikshit as well.
Well, so we're gonna talk about the Rahul Gandhi factor and the Modi wave / factor in just a bit as well.